The bank of mum and dad is in trouble. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to have a look at this article from in Queensland. It's discussing the bank of mum and dad. So the bank of mum and dad hits a wall as parents face their own financial problems. The bank of mum and dad is Australia's 10th largest lender. It's facing liquidity problems and has started getting nervous about the financial environment. Now, we've heard this again and again and again, but apparently, remember, we discussed in December 2021, we looked at how the bank of mum and dad was overstated, at least according to the Productivity Commission. So let's remind ourselves what they have to say here. A new research paper on intergenerational wealth transfer and the resulting economic effects from the Productivity Commission has estimated how much parents help their offsprings entering the property market. As noted in the report, there is no comprehensive data on the bank of mum and dad, which makes it difficult to assess the size or prevalence of parental assistance or differentiate between wealth transfers and loans or other help. Parents can help their children enter the housing market via loans or gifts, as a formal guarantor on a mortgage application, to avoid lender's mortgage insurance, or providing rent-free housing to boost savings in addition to leaving an inheritance. I think the rent-free housing, that's the market strategy. You know, you go live at home, or you're living at home, and you just work your ass off at some simple job and then use that to get into the property market. That's the story that we hear again and again and again. Might not be such a bad idea if you're young and looking at setting yourself up. Do that and then go adventure, or then do a real degree if you want to. The Productivity Commission noted private sector surveys by comparison websites, consultants, and mortgage providers resulted in a small sample size-based estimate of total lending from parents of around 35 to 92 billion. The estimated range would place the bank of mum and dad somewhere between the 5th and 9th largest home lender when compared to total book values across providers. But the Commission stated that it could not find strong evidence of large transfers from the bank of mum and dad, gifts or guarantees from parents that help their children buy a house, despite popular belief. Okay, so this is what we've been told again and again in the media. It's what a lot of people are using as, well, justification of why some people can get in the property market, but there's no evidence of it. Despite inheritance and gifts more than doubling since 2002 and being projected to rise fourfold between now and 2050, the median gift parents gave to their children of all ages was found to be around $1,000. In 2018-19, the total value of gifts from parents was around $12 billion, with the number of recipients increasing from 750,000 people to 1.8 million in 2018-19. Average recipients for gifts were around 20 years of age, at the beginning of their career, yet to start a family or purchase a home, and then tended to receive around $8,000. Okay, so with that in mind, let's have a look at this article. So it's the 10th biggest lender, so that's what they're saying in the article. That's based on what evidence they are assuming. So since the housing boom, when around 60% of first home buyers used funds from their parents, the financial environment has changed drastically. So they're saying 60%. Okay, I want to see what that's based on. Markets are down, interest rates are up, and banks are starting to look shaky. Well, none of the Australian banks are. Sure, there's a few banks in the United States that, well, what are their clients? Look at their clients. Non-profitable startups and you know, bullshit unicorns. The number of first home buyers assisted by the bank of mum and dad is falling through the floor, according to DFA. Okay, so this is from Martin North's research, or his surveys. Only around 10% of first-time home buyers now use funds from their parents, and the legacy of loans done at the height of the property boom was now coming home to roost. The number of bank of mum and dad first home buyers has dropped dramatically, along with the overall number of home buyers in this category. Well, yeah, first home buyers are cooling down, and, well, others are returning to the sector. So it's just over 5,000 now. At the peak back in 2021, we had 30,000. The proportion of people looking to mum and dad is down to 30% from 60% at the peak. The average size of the deposit has fallen from 120,000 to 102,000, although this varies depending on location. So has the Bank of Mum and Dad changed from what the Productivity Commission was saying in 2021 to, well, I mean, that should capture the peak. That does capture the peak. So who do you trust? Which data source do you trust? However, parents still have about $38 billion in outstanding loans to their children, and the Bank of Mum and Dad sits 10th in the market, just behind Suncorp. A lot of people who got help from their mum and dad are finding the value of their properties is reducing and the pressure on their mortgage is rising, North said. Some parents who saw their considerable run-up in their equity because property prices rose are now seeing that reverse. It's also true as the value of their property is decreasing. Yeah, but how many parents bought it so long ago that this return, the decline in property values that we've seen recently, we're still not at pre-COVID levels, guys. It's still stupidly high. I mean, if you bought 20, 30 years ago, you're just laughing. Of course, the value of their superannuation and other investments is also down, so the whole value equation when it comes to parents feeling comfortable with their own wealth positions as they get into older age is in question too. I think the Bank of Mum and Dad is definitely in decline at the moment. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about that one. I would make the argument that the whole first home buyers entering in the market is in decline at the moment. With interest rates going up, people's ability to borrow is not what it once was. Even supply in the market has cooled as well. So all of these things are coming together. And honestly, I think a lot of people are just waiting to see what happens. There's a whole lot of unknowns, a whole lot of uncertainties. Interest rates are going to keep going up. People are probably going to sit, bide their time, save up a bit more of a buffer before they jump into the market. Now, the problem is timing the market in shares, in crypto, in property, in anything. It's very difficult. And I would bet a carton that most people who timed the market right or sold at the peak or the perfect time, a lot of that's luck. Don't kid yourself. Do you think all these people that have bought these properties years ago knew it was going to increase to such a large extent? You would have a culture where the government is pretty much using property as a way to stimulate the economy, or people use it to mitigate their tax, or we've got a whole not in my backyard culture here where people want to keep their little pristine picket fence suburbs, not allow any development, and then they'll bitch and moan and act like they care about house prices. Yeah, sure. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. Do you think the Bank of Mum and Dad is in trouble, or is it just overstated? What about from your own experience? As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. And check out Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, you can support us on YouTube or Patreon. Use our affiliate links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.